So finally the teaser for the much awaited Oppenheimer dropped, based on the physicist J. Robert Oppenheimer, responsible for the development of atom bomb, which changed the course of history forever. Ever since the movie was announced with Cillian Murphy playing the title role, I was craving for a little glimpse of the movie, and there we finally have it. And this 1-minute teaser was enough to get an idea of the masterpiece we are going to witness. Yes, I can confidently use the word masterpiece because of the name associated with the movie, and that is Christopher Nolan, a name which in itself is a brand and a director whose movies are known by his name more than the actors in it. Christopher Nolan is one of those few storytellers in Hollywood who is a rare breed of master craftsmen who continuously reinvents cinema with his groundbreaking ideas and executions, complex characters, and the cerebral twist in the screenplay or the plot. So nothing much has been given away in the teaser, so we don't know anything about the story elements yet, but aside all that, let's talk about what can be expected from the movie itself. Class cinema. The popularity of the MCU has somewhat killed the class cinema appeal that Hollywood once used to possess. Why are movies like Godfather, Forrest Gump or Shutter Island are not made anymore? Because Marvel movies made us so accustomed to quick and flashy storytelling with a lot of CGI and not much depth regarding the plot or the characters that as an audience we don't want to invest ourselves in movies which requires our attention, thinking and intellect. And even if such movies are made, they are failing to attract the crowd towards the theatres, and if there's one man who can possibly do that and revive the class cinema and make audience barge into the theatres for a movie which is not a CGI slugfest, he is Christopher Nolan. Now some people will disagree with this statement of mine because there's a wide portion of audience who were disappointed with Nolan's last movie, Tenet, even to the extent of calling it the weakest movie in Nolan's filmography. Now according to this portion of viewers, Tenet was way too complex, which made it bad, but let me tell you that there's no metric of how complex a movie should be, and not every movie is meant for the mass audience. So it's not the director's fault that your brain couldn't understand a concept and interpret it, because let me be very clear, Tenet was a masterpiece and it always will be.
And I'm tired of pretending it's not.
And let me also remind you that Tenet was the first Hollywood movie released right after the pandemic and managed to be the 5th highest grosser of 2020, and that too in midst of the peak popularity of the MCU. The cast. The cast so far seems to include some known and talented names in the industry like Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Jason Clarke, Robert Downey Jr. and Matt Damon. And there should be absolutely no doubt that these actors will definitely give justice to the role they'll be playing. A special mention being Cillian Murphy. There doesn't seem to be a more apt performer to play Oppenheimer. The foreboding, bold and solemn demeanor that Murphy has been able to bring to his past characters will fit perfectly with this enigmatic figure. The Nolan Factor. Oppenheimer is completely different from Nolan's previous works, and him going into this genre will sure be refreshing as well as captivating experiment. Nolan always plays with the psychology of the viewer. The story is told to the viewer not just to view but to feel. Take the example of the Dark Knight trilogy. Everyone was able to connect with the fear of Batman, the concept of Joker or the conflicts of society relying on false myths. Nolan just does not tell a story. He mirrors the conflicting nature of life for any given individual that resides within everyone. And the kind of complex and thoughtful man Oppenheimer was, there can't be a better man to present his story. Coming to visuals, we don't need any discussion of how visually appealing Nolan's movies are, and it won't be necessarily a treat to the eyes, but can be something which might make you go into a state of deep thinking or something that will simply fuck your brains out. The use of minimum to no CGI, more practical effects, the symbolism in every scene, the non-linear storytelling, the vast amount of room he provides to make the viewers interpret the scenes in their own ways, his presentation of themes and the insightful filmography, these are all the factors which will create hysteria among the audience. There is no doubt that Nolan will bring a unique vantage point to this nearly sci-fi story. He may very well rewrite the definition of biographical dramas. So that's it for today's video guys. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram @artstar and support our channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. We'll see you guys in the next video.